What do you get for the 35-year-old that has everything?
Bible Adventures on NES?
Hell yeah.
Nailed it. Slain back from hell. New game, options, credits, quit. Quit the game. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Have a great time.
Welcome back to Watson and James Don't Play. My name is James.
I'm still Watson.
Hell yeah. Slain Back from Hell was a free game on Epic Store, so I clicked, yes, I'd like to buy this for $0. Empty, just like my soul.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break from Zelda for a minute to just get into the Halloween spirit, get into the spooky fall season with this metal game.
I need some spooky shit, man.
Right?
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
I like
look,
this.
Grabbies. I'm going to get you. Bathorin, awaken. Bathorin. The land weeps once again. Arise, chicken.
Arise, chicken. Arise.
Urgh. Begone, spirit. I gave you enough last time. You still know me,
All right, yeah, let's go.
I can't.
Let's
Indeed,
pick it up,
now go away.
Pick up the pace.
All right.
We got it.
This is a heavy metal side scroller. The reason I got it is because I've been wanting to play Blasphemous.
You don't have to, justify that. You had me at side-scrolling metal game.
I know, right? If you want to play the game, then go play the game. We're not reading the story anymore.
Yeah, we're just doing the thing.
All right, X is attack.
Yeah.
Oh, there's kind of chain it up there.
I like that motion. That's good animation for it.
Playing is the main character is Edgar Winter in this game.
The Blood Grounds.
Look at him. That you put a keytar on him, you got Edgar. We meet again. I know you're not an abomination, but we will in battle. Silence, mortal.
Yeah, we're gonna battle. That's all.
Oh, you ran away?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you didn't think you fought him first, do you?
Dude, I love stuff like this. Just genuinely over the top.
What a fun game.
Very aware of what they're doing. They're like, it's a little slippery.
Did you ever play Lichtspiel?
No.
It's German for light spear.
Okay. Lichtspiel.
Right, but that's its whole.
Ich bin Lichtspiel.
But that's its whole aesthetic. It's this side-scrolling type deal. You throw a lightning spear, and then as it progresses over the level, you hit enemies and fight them back.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a really fun, addictive game where it just gets harder and harder. And I feel like this is going to be one of those type games that's just fun.
So the games like this, they kind of cash in on my nostalgia a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm getting kind of Splatterhouse vibes from it.
Sure.
Did you ever play Splatterhouse when you were a kid? It was very violent, and a lot of kids didn't play it.
I didn't get to own it, but I did have a friend who had it. You got to have that friend whose mom isn't checking their video games.
Right. Does not care if they're...
Yeah. I'll go ahead and invoke Bible Adventures as a game I played a lot because I owned it. So no, Bible Adventures did not live next to Splatterhouse on my shelf.
I have a copy of Bible Adventures. I gave it to you.
You sure did, buddy.
Nintendo was like, no, we can't license this.
What do you get for the 35-year-old that has everything?
Bible Adventures on NES?
Hell yeah.
Nailed it. No, the games like this, they cash in on my nostalgia, but there's only so much my nostalgia is capable of.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm still an adult who wants a good game or a good whatever. You can't trade solely on nostalgia and have it be really satisfying, Because if it's that way, I'm just gonna go watch or play the original, Like if you're gonna make a new thing, make it somewhat new.
Make it a little new, yeah.
Yeah, take advantage of some of the new stuff.
This is the thing I ran back. I was all, ooh, it's shiny. What does it do? It kills you.
It sure does.
I like this guy's main attack is just whack from atop. A beholder.
Look at this D&D character up there.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah. Beholders are not that easy to kill. But
yeah,
they are
I feel
here.
like that was really easy for you.
We cashed in on my nostalgia a little bit last night. We
Holding
watched
X charges your brutal attack.
Oh, that's good to know. Hey, look at that.
Hell yeah.
Good information. Last night we went down nostalgia lane. We watched Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh.
On Disney Plus.
The new Hocus Pocus.
I thought it was going to be kind of what we discussed last time about how it's a bit of a retread. It's just the same jokes, a little bit different. Mm-hmm. No, it's good.
It has its own plot.
It's got its own plot and everything. There's no love interest this time.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's just a group of friends kind of exploring friendship and
actually, the first Hocus Pocus wasn't even one of my main Christmas movies. Halloween movies.
Halloween movies. I got you.
So I don't have a huge connection to Hocus Pocus. I'm familiar with it. The memes obviously get shared nowadays.
It wasn't a big deal when I was a kid, but as I grew older and didn't mind watching stuff with girls in it, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. I like this. This is fine. Like, it's not good as far as movies go, but it is fun.
Right.
And I think that's an important distinction.
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm familiar with the first one. enough to know that, like, yeah, it's a fun, like, kids movie.
If you're worried that it's going to be kind of a retread, there are some jokes that they revisit.
Are they callbacks, or they just literally do the same thing?
Callbacks.
Right.
They're callbacks, but they're their own thing.
That's good.
Nobody phoned it in. I would say, oh, Lord.
Yeah, you got Good.
The best witch out of the
Slain. Sorry, I just wanted to
the best witch out of the three was Kathy Najimy, for sure.
She's amazing.
And I think it's because, oh, shit.
Shout out Peggy Hill.
I think it's because she's like an actual comedian.
Yeah, she's great. And she knows why she's funny.
Right. She understands timing better than the rest of them. They're in, this is a spoiler, by the way.
Sister Act 2, King of the Hill. Like, she's consistently, like, one of the best parts of all the things that she's in. Just had to say that about Kathy.
Oh, you're fine. They're in Walgreens, and they were tricked. So, spoiler alert, by the way, for Hocus Pocus 2.
Apparently, yeah.
They get tricked to going into Walgreens because okay, I suck at this game. I'm just going to get stuck on the same...
Something.
Something.
Either talked about this Walgreens or stop getting slain.
The girls tell them, like, hey, you can drink these lotions. They're filled with the souls of children.
Lotions?
So they start drinking, like, face creams in Walgreens. And I'm like, that's not safe. Nor is it recommended. Kathy Najimy holds up a face mask and says, "'Tis the face of a child." I lost it. It was such perfect timing, great editing. Best joke in the movie. It was the one that I actually, like, laughed at.
I'm glad we spoiled it here.
So there you go. If you want Hocus Pocus 2 spoiled, best joke in the movie.
It only goes downhill from there.
It only goes downhill from here on
You're
this game,
slain
too.
like a motherfucker.
This is hard, man.
I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm just saying, wow.
I suck at these games. It's a good thing I downloaded it to play it on the show.
You're used to the lackadaisical style of the
just
old
like
Zelda games.
Hang out. I'm used to Dark Souls 3D. That's somehow more forgiving than this.
Yeah.
Use
Dark
the block
Souls.
button. No, is there a roll button? You better not hurt me, Mr. Beholder.
Consult your dungeon master.
I'm saying. Ow. Oh, jeez. This is rough. This is painful to watch.
So you watched the new Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah.
And we both geeked out like little girls over the new Hellraiser movie.
Yeah, speaking of painful to watch, it's painful in a good way.
Oh, I was going to say, don't say that.
No, I liked it. I really enjoyed it.
I liked it as well.
We'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll kind of give our rating on it.
Sure. This is our movie homework for the week.
Yeah. I'm determined to get by this spot.
You need to get by this
I just need to go. Come on, let me go. Come back, platform. Yeah.
Hulu made a new Hellraiser movie. They just put it out just in time for Halloween season. And it changes / expands on some of the lore. It obviously changes the main actor playing Pinhead. And tells a self-contained story. So, I don't know. I wouldn't consider it necessarily... I guess it's a straight-up reboot.
Yeah, it's a reboot.
You know, like, but... What does that even mean? You know what I mean? It just kind of really feels like it fits in the Hellraiser universe. It doesn't feel like I'm supposed to think of this story now instead of the original movie, right? Like,
right.
It doesn't replace anything.
It does not replace anything. It's its own thing.
It's its own thing.
It kind of reminds me of a what-if situation. Like, hey, what if the Cenobites were like this?
No, that feels too cheap.
You think so?
I think it's its own thing. I think it's its own... It has its own ideas worth exploring, I'll say. You know?
Yeah, I got you.
I don't think it's like a cheesy, like, oh, but what if girls? Like, it's not Ghostbusters, you know?
I liked how it changed the lore a little bit. Do we need to... I'll give a spoiler warning right now.
Yeah, spoiler warning.
So far, we've kind of talked about what the movie does, what the movie contains, and that there is an actual story that you can follow along with. Maybe a couple different arcs in the movie, too.
A much more solid story, I will add, than several of the last sequels.
Right. Ow, I'm just getting blasted from both ends.
So that was refreshing. That is, in fact, what she said.
Thank you. I was like, you better say it. Now's the time to say it.
Yeah, I had to. You know I
Stay over there. Yeah, come get some.
There you go.
Mother liquor. I'm going to be okay.
All right.
I just got to go.
Yeah,
I just got to run.
You're old Greg. You'll be fine.
Is it safe in the house? It's kind of safe in the house. All right, checkpoint.
Checkpoint. That's all that matters.
Oh, boy. I was really worried that I was going to get stuck in that spot for the entirety of the show.
Well, I mean, this is a real checkpoint to checkpoint kind of game.
Right.
Yeah. I have a feeling you'll do this section a few times as well.
Magic bolts and fireballs can be blocked, press Y, or struck in midair to deflect them back to the source. Gotcha.
Oh, nice.
Can do. Good to know. Come on, Edgar Winter. We're going to stop evil. Oh, no. I didn't do the thing the game told me to do.
Yeah, it just told you, man.
Do I have to hit it like then? All right.
You strike it midair.
Oh, I see. You strike it. I was trying to block it.
God.
I wasn't paying attention.
You can block it. But if you want to deflect it back, you have to strike it midair.
Gotcha. Okay. Thanks for the... a Medusa head. Well, what's the equivalent of a Medusa head from Castlevania?
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what the equivalent would be.
That's another franchise that I really enjoy that I've just never really been that good at. I'm not good at video games.
I'm sad that the new Hellraiser is not doing great on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, I thought it was.
Or IMDb or Metacritic.
So whenever Rotten Tomatoes came out, you see the formula was skewed from the get-go.
I hate that Rotten Tomatoes is some de facto source for the definitive ratings of movies. Like, what?
Yeah, but that's exactly what they want you to think, right? They want you to go to their stupid website.
Oh, they print it on movie posters and boxes and stuff like it's the fucking Cannes Film Festival.
Right. Rotten Tomatoes scores change everything. Slain.
And like you were saying, it's just been skewed and stupid from the beginning.
So whenever Hellraiser was released, I read an article that said, hey, Hellraiser's at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, oh, that's wonderful news. I'm glad that people like it. And then when the movie was released to the public, the score went down to 67. I don't know what the score is now.
Oh, I'm happy. The original Hellraiser is literally only 2% higher than the new Hellraiser.
Oh, okay.
So that's good. At least they just don't understand Hellraiser altogether.
I read that the new one's the highest rated Hellraiser movie, and I'm like, what are you expecting from a Hellraiser movie? What is your goal? So here's...
I want Doug Bradley and Clive Barker to fuck for 90 minutes.
Ew. Here's my expectation with a Hellraiser movie. I want something that will at least touch on the lore of the Cenobites.
Expand it in some way.
I don't need deep explanation.
Give me some aspect of it.
In fact,
check on the new movie.
Yeah, I'd prefer it to be kind of vague.
Go on. What else would you like?
I want to see Cenobites because I think they're cool character design.
Follow-up question: do you want to see the classics? Do you want to see new ones? Do you want to see reworkings of the old ones? What's your ideal? Oh, that's a Cenobite. What are you hoping to see?
I'm pretty indifferent on what they want to show me.
Fantastic. You just want more of them.
I just want more Cenobites.
Yeah, more screen time, more characters, all of it. Yeah.
If they make a cool one, then great. If they make a shitty one, that's fine. That's how creativity works.
So again, check for the new movie. Has that.
I guess I got to kill this guy. It's not letting me progress without killing him. And number 3, I would like some semblance of a story. I don't need much, just some kind of character arc with humans.
Give me something to follow while I'm, enjoying the thrills of the ride.
And almost all of the Hellraiser movies, except the ones... I need to buffer this with, except the ones without Doug Bradley.
Yeah.
Not including the new one.
Right.
All the ones with Doug Bradley, they succeeded in their goals. They checked all those boxes. Mm-hmm. There was something I could enjoy out of them because my standards are pretty low whenever it comes to horror. I just want to see...
Well, you just want to see a Hellraiser movie.
Yeah. I'm not really super picky on what that involves.
Right.
Oh,
you can play. It's a franchise you can play with and really have a lot of fun with. And I feel like the new movie did all of that 100%.
I loved the way that they kind of created clothes for the Cenobites. Mm-hmm. In the original, they're all wearing leather.
Yeah, it's a very, it's that vinyl, kind of black leather look of just straight up bondage gear.
And I assume that they did that because they couldn't afford full body makeup, maybe? Or were they just going...
It's a very strong theme.
Right. And they did it on purpose, not to save money. They really wanted to push the leather thing.
If I remember correctly in the Hellbound Heart... the book, that it is pretty distinctly described as somewhere between butcher and a dominatrix.
I need something that says leather daddy. Do you have anything like that in stock?
Dad likes leather. If so, when they designed the original look of Pinhead, that's why if you look at his waist, he's got knives and a meat cleaver. It is supposed to evoke kind of a cross between a butcher who would have a big smock apron deal.
He's got stuff that he needs to use. These are tools of the trade.
He's got tools, but then it also gets into the sexual nature of S&M and that kind of thing. So it takes on a more heightened fetishistic look.
Hell yeah. Get it?
I get it.
I get it too. I liked the way that they kind of addressed what I would call the devil in the Hellraiser universe.
Oh,
so
I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, I'll explain. I thought
the
it through,
devil,
and I don't know if I'm correct.
Oh
in
no,
this.
just tell me. Yeah.
So
I want to hear all about it.
In Hellraiser 2, you're introduced to Leviathan, who isn't really a who necessarily.
It's at the very least the overseer of a labyrinth.
He's the guy.
Seems to be an interdimensional god.
This thing, whatever it is running the show.
There it is.
Looking weird. So that's kind of what I mean by...
It's an obelisk that hovers and shoots beams out of it.
God damn
And
it.
yeah, you don't get a whole lot of more info than that.
They didn't really talk much about Leviathan. If anything, Leviathan was just kind of one of the forms
I was
of the
gonna say, yeah,
configuration.
they seemed to roll it into the Lament configuration, the Leviathan configuration. There were 6 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way that the lore works in this one is that, and maybe that's how it is in the previous ones, and I wasn't paying attention.
I'm not gonna pretend to even know where the lore is at. It's been a lot of different things.
It has been. Well, in this one, we'll just say it's in this one and this one only.
Right.
Just
In
for
this one, the way
clarity's sake.
they kind of claim it and take it as their own.
The way it works is that there are 4 different, there's 4 different versions of the puzzle.
6.
6 different versions. So are there 6 characters that are sacrificed? Because I think there's only 4 people that need to be sacrificed in order to summon the Cenobites in the movie.
4 that you see. You know the guy who has it at the beginning has been doing that.
That's true. But then it starts over with her, though. So I don't know.
I'm unclear.
Anyway, there's a number of people that need to be sacrificed in order to summon the Cenobites. And the way this is achieved is that you solve the puzzle. Once you solve a puzzle, a portion of the puzzle, a little blade sticks out.
Takes a little bit of your blood.
And ideally, it's going to cut somebody else. So you know about this. You kind of know what to expect whenever you start solving it. You know where the blade's going to come out because you want to make sure that it doesn't hit you. You want it to hit somebody else, right?
At least that's what our guy's
That's his goal, right?
intention is.
He's like, no, I don't want to be sacrificed. I want the gifts that the Cenobites have to offer.
I want the power. I want, the gifts promised.
So he finally achieves this goal, and in the beginning of the movie, you see someone in the background get torn apart by chains, or about to be torn apart by chains, and it's very cool.
He's clearly been lured in to mess with the box, and once he solves a part of it, you know he's about to get fucked up. And it's a great nod to Hellraiser fans, because in the first 5 minutes, basically it shows you, we're going to string people up by chains. Don't worry, we got you.
We got you.
You know what I mean? I feel like it was a really kind of making a line in the sand of like, this is where we're starting. Remember where the first movie ended when he finally got chained and Frank gets pulled apart and that's the big explosive end? No. We're doing that at the beginning.
That's the line where he says Jesus wept, by the way.
Correct.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's so good. What did you think of the quote unquote reveal?
Which reveal?
That her friend had kind of set her up and was working for that guy.
Oh, that was cool.
The whole time. Did you like that?
That was very cool.
For you?
Because it's implied that this guy named Trevor, it's weird how much this movie stuck with me. I've only seen this movie once, and I'm like painting a picture for you.
Sure.
So it really had a positive effect on me. I really enjoyed it. Trevor, he's a piece of shit.
Right. And he's a skeevy piece of shit because he's the one who even brings the idea of, the heist into it. He's clearly just does a bunch of drugs with her and isn't a great dude.
We got to do a heist, man. All right? That's how we're going to get.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
So she meets this guy in AA, and it's implied that this guy is 13-stepping her, which if you're familiar with AA, then you know all about that. We're not really going to dig into it. But that's the joke that they make. And I'm like, I understood that reference. I know what they're talking about.
That comes from a real place, and these people really exist.
What was nice about that is that it made it feel more real whenever they said that, because I'm like, that's not a term that movies have ever really used before. I've never heard it in a movie before.
I haven't heard it specifically referenced in a movie.
So that was interesting. It felt, to me, based on personal experience, it felt a little more real whenever they started leading with that. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, so this girl, she is trying to get clean. She's been clean for a while, meets this guy, kind of goes down a dark path. and it leads her to this heist situation where
He's invited her to help rob a storage unit that he claims is abandoned, but has like billionaire stuff in it.
and they're like, well, what if we get caught? And he's like, look, they're billionaires. They're not going to miss it. It's going to be fine.
And I used to work there. I have the key code. We're not even really breaking in.
I'm just stopping by. I'm grabbing what's there. So they break open the shipping container. They open this. It's an individual safe inside of a shipping container. And it has the lament configuration. I don't know what the proper pronunciation
Lament.
Lament configuration.
If you lament something.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what you... Yeah.
Sometimes horror movies, they have different pronunciations just to be cool.
Oh, like Coven?
Yeah, same basic thing. Like that, take that, mother licker. So they find the configuration, and she accidentally solves it or starts to solve it. She kind of like piddles with it a little bit, right?
Right. Everybody who basically lays hands on this box kind of can't help but fidget with it a little. I think only, one person gets stuck with it kind of accidentally.
They're like, oh, I know what to do here.
Yeah.
I'm not messing around with this. This is serious business.
But it's one of those objects that it just, it's compelling to look at. It's got a good weight and feel to it. You'd be compelled to kind of fidget with it, especially when someone's telling you, oh, by the way, that's a puzzle box. You're supposed to try to figure out how to mess with it.
I know what that means. You mean like the puzzle boxes that you find at the truck stop? Similar.
Very similar.
They can result in fun bathroom time.
Mm-hmm.
So she solves the box. A little blade pops up and it misses her, right? And her brother finds her nodding off in the park. And his I guess accidentally is he touched by the blade? Something I forget the details of it. But anyway, he gets his hand cut on the blade. She goes away. He's in the bathroom. You hear chains and screaming, and suddenly he's gone. So it kind of...
And we, as the audience and fans of the Hellraiser series, we know kind of already what's going on. And just, oh, he's been taken.
I love that the movie still insists on creating a mystery.
But it's still, it's still her... Basically, they structure it in such a way that everything that happens to somebody around her is really only witnessed by her. Right. So she has to constantly be like, no, this is what happened, even though I can't prove that this is what happened. There's just some blood in a sink when they go look in the restroom, but she has to tell the cops, And
nobody believes her because she's kind
of the story.
She's kind of strung out.
So it plays on the whole trope of, that's an unreliable source. Yeah, no one's going to take her seriously. Like, I like that. All of that plays into it.
I would have been kind of bummed out if they were just immediately like, oh yeah, I know what's happening here. No, we're in trouble. We got to deal with this.
I like that nobody really showed up to say, oh, and by the way, I know all about the puzzle box. Yeah, here's an exposition dump of what's happening. They do a couple of montages of her like looking through old dudes' notes and stuff like that to show you, oh yeah, this guy's clearly been researching it. He's clearly, the one behind what's going on as far as why the box showed up and all that. But they don't do a whole lot of big, long scenes of, what do you think's going on? I think this is going... No, it's basically just one murder to the next until you get into that last half hour and shit really goes off the rails. So structure...
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Is that him? Were you doing his noise?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Thought that was going to work, man.
So structurally, I felt like it was paced really well. Just it kept stringing you along at the right amount of drip of information, and then a little drip of action, and then it just kept kind of feeding you in that order.
I was really worried that it was just going to be fan service.
Right, and there was plenty of fan service. Don't get me wrong. Riffs on some classic lines. Obviously all the classic imagery's there.
Whenever I finished watching the movie, my wife said, did they say the thing you wanted them to say? And I was like, yeah, they said other stuff too.
Yeah, and other similar things. A little cheesy, but then you kind of remember the original. The original's a little cheesy. It's heightened kind of operatic dialogue at a certain point,
Right.
So I like that.
It's very cool. So if you want to watch Hellraiser, check it out. I'm not going to spoil anything else for you. Just know that there are some twists and turns. If you liked the original franchise, you're going to love this one.
Just come watch it. It's fun.
And if you have an open mind about character design, too, because they did change things. They kind of changed the way that the characters were designed in general. It's
They
not.
just updated them. That's all.
Yeah, they made them better.
It would
I think
look cheesy
they
as
improved them.
fuck if it just looked exactly like Doug Brad. Like that, you think they can't make it look like that? They can.
They can. We have that technology there.
We can do that, but we don't have to. We can do different things.
Have you read about what Mr. Bradley thought about it? Has he made a public statement?
Yeah, I
on it?
saw his tweet about it. Do you want me to read that?
Yeah, let's hear it. I'm curious as to what his take on it is because I'm sure it's pretty
I can read that.
insightful.
Vamp for a second. I can pull that up.
I can vamp all day, baby. I think one of my favorite reveals in the movie was you realize that the guy in the beginning of the movie, big spoiler by the way, he's still alive and kicking, and he ended up getting a gift. I'm not going to spoil what the gift is, but he did receive something from the Cenobites. It is not good, and he figures out that, hang on, all right, they're not here to help. No, of course not. They're demons from hell. They don't want to do you favors, bro. They want to do themselves favors. Oh, geez. I'm okay.
So the real Doug Bradley on Twitter, at the real Doug Bradley. I'm a bit blown away by this. The clever redesign of the makeup, the shimmer of the pinheads, the palette, whatever the keyhole locket tracheotomy thing is at the throat. It's simple, subtle, disturbing, and sexy. Everything it should be. Peace and pain, Doug.
What a cool guy. I did read that earlier. I did not know that was from him, though. I just read the tweet. I didn't actually see who it was from. I was like, oh, that's a great way to look at the movie. I completely agree. Now knowing that it's actually from the guy.
That's why it's being shared, yeah.
Who dares defile my sanctuary? Fresh man blood. My seedlings will thrive. Okay.
Would woman blood not be acceptable? Are you into man blood?
Oh yeah, he's going to kill me.
Is that a preference? I didn't even know that was an option as a preference.
Yeah, you got to be on your toes, man.
I know there's blood types, but blood genders? I don't think so, right?
If you want watch Hellraiser for one thing. All right, that goes without saying.
Watch all of them.
If you want like a fast-paced, groovy, side-scrolling adventure game like this, dude, this game's cool and it's very free right now. I think it's free till October 13th on Epic Games.
Oh, cool.
That's the only reason I have Epic Games.
So the day after this episode comes out.
Better get it.
You better get it, guys.
Better get it, baby. You are slain. The Blood Tower Courtyard. I've been there. Yeah, I have friends from there.
All right, hold on. We have 3 to 5 minutes left. I need to talk to you about the Treehouse of Horrors.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's the thing we actually wanted to talk about initially, but man, we got deep in Hellraiser.
You went beat by beat for a minute there.
I'm surprised about how much that I've remembered from it.
Yeah. Don't go back into it. Tell me about Treehouse of Horror.
I was feeling nostalgic the other day and noticed that we have Disney Plus again.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got it. I know that we're not paying for it.
All right.
Hell yeah. And one of the things that I love the most about Disney Plus is that the entire catalog of Simpsons is on there.
And they just added a new season, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is that, season 32?
3?
33?
I think
Damn.
33 is on there. I don't know. Whatever.
Or whatever. It's on there. Check it out.
Yeah, the newest one available for streaming is on there, yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. Press attack to honor the great horn. Oh. Just gonna take this in for a little bit.
Death Clock, the video game, you know?
Real quick, favorite Treehouse of Horror, go.
What is my favorite segment or full episode?
I would say segment. Let's go segment, and then we'll switch to full episode.
Because it might be different. My favorite episode might not even contain my favorite segment. You know what I mean?
Okay. My favorite segment is Clown Without Pity, which is that you reminded me of. It's from season 4, episode 5. And it's fantastic.
No, not season 4, episode 5.
Oh, I thought it was.
Treehouse of Horror number 4.
Oh, I see.
Season 5.
Oh, I got
They
you.
didn't do one the first season.
Okay. So
Sorry to be a stickler,
No,
but I
it's
wouldn't be
fine.
a Simpsons fan if I wasn't.
It's
right?
important to be a stickler about certain things. So when I was a kid, I quoted that episode constantly. Not even episode, just the segment, right?
Sure.
The bit where Grandpa Simpson says, "I tell you that doll's evil, evil."
Grandpa, you said that.
Evil!
You said that about all the presents.
I just want attention. Love it.
I just want attention is such a perfect grandpa line.
I just want attention. This is like a tower level. This is dope. All right, so that's my favorite segment, and I love how it ends with, "Oh, there's your problem right there. It switched to evil." Switches it back to good, and everything's fine.
Did you see the Twin Peaks meme? That was the The sinister ceiling fan from the Palmer house that they keep showing in the show. And they had that guy come in and switch the fan to...
Oh, I have seen that. Okay. Hilarious.
Yeah, it's a great meme. My favorite segment is Nightmare Cafeteria. Do you remember that one?
I do, yeah. I remember it well.
Season 6, Treehouse of Horror, number 5.
I looked into it after you told me about it, too, because I was like, hang on, I feel like there's something else that happened in that episode, and it was the shitting.
Yeah, that happens in the first segment.
It was one of those Simpsons moments where I saw way before I actually saw The Shining. How do I grab that? Clearly, I'm supposed to grab that.
Yeah, it feels like you should be able to grab
something.
Those.
Oh, I see. There's a switch over here.
Bolt-looking things.
I was missing a switch. All right.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah. So if you have Disney Plus, go watch The Simpsons because it's Treehouse of Horror season. You gotta. So Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror, Hellraiser, and play this game because this is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Don't get slain as much as James, but play this.